Fellas, I don't know why, and y'all can dispute it if you want, but this is a fact. WWE is literally attacking AEW by trying to put out like false reports. Brian, if you can pull up the article, I'm going to read it for y'all and let y'all know exactly what's going on. So this was reported by the Wrestling Observer Network. WWE has been ordering AEW Fast Nationals every week, roughly since Nick Khan started. WWE PR also tried to feed the numbers to a long line of reporters who long ago decided it was too shady. Now, I'm going to pause right there because every reporter does not think this is too shady. You have some reporters who are pro WWE, like the guy, you know what, shouts out to the man, I don't got nothing against him, but Alfred Kanoa from Wrestling Inc., I think he's from. He's on their podcast every week saying, I got the reports for AEW Fast Nationals, and they only got 200,000 ratings, whatever, viewers this week. But these are Fast Nationals. It's not the official ratings numbers. So why this seems like an attack to me is, Brian, if you can take me back to that post one more time.
Yeah, let's go on ahead, check it out.
Fast Nationals are not free. You have to go get these. So, cable Fast Nationals must be requested and purchased for thousands of dollars for each episode. So, the possible sources are far fewer than for typical ratings reporting. That means everybody does not have access to Fast Nationals, but AEW's Fast National scores get out every week. And this guy, Alfred Kanoa, always says, oh, the streets fed me this report. I can't tell you where I got it from. These things are coming from WWE. They're paying thousands of dollars to get a lower rating for AEW to post to people so everybody can be like, oh, Collision only got 100, 200,000 viewers, when that's actually not the case. And by the time the real numbers come out, people really don't care. They're just hanging to these Fast Nationals. So are y'all two going to tell me this is not an attack on AEW by WWE when they're deliberately getting these numbers that are lower, paying thousands of dollars for them just to put them out to these reporters?
I mean, that's crazy. Yeah. I'm not surprised, though. Like, you look at WWE just recently, maybe a couple of months ago. You remember that NXT show they did? Like, going up against AEW. They had, like, The Undertaker there, John Cena there, everybody and their mother there. Like, usually WWE, if you look at their history, they don't mind doing anything to get ahead. And this doesn't surprise me, but it is interesting to learn. I had no idea that they were, doing these tactics. And you gotta wonder, like, what else are they doing? That we don't know. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
That's true, and this has been happening for the last few years. Like, whenever they have shows on the weekend, WWE gets those Fast Nationals, feeds them to these reporters, and they're reporting them on their podcast. Brian, Mr. Brian, Mr. WWE Brian, you should put that as the title in your name. Are you trying to say this is not WWE attacking AEW?
It is cap, my brother.
Whoa.
They are not attacking anybody. You know what I'm saying?
So what's the point in doing this then?
Listen, dog, I'm just playing. I have at the end of the day, bro, AEW is some sort of minor league competition to them. They want to end them before they can even get started up there. And I just want to go on ahead and name drop some names. You know what I'm saying? I believe this brother name is Eric Groves on Twitter. Right. Hey, brother, I'm not arguing with you about no AEW no more. That is Kenny's boy right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Lucha geeking or geeking lucha. I ain't arguing with you neither, bro. AEW is a sinking ship. WWE is just trying to put the last little bit of cargo to make that ship sink all the way down. And honestly, bro, I don't mind AEW being around because it elevates both. I watch both. But from a competition standpoint, I can see why they're doing this. From a competition standpoint.
It is dog eat dog,
I'm not saying that it's okay, but WWE has always proven that they've monopolized the industry, and they've also made the industry into a cutthroat industry. So that's where we are now, bro. That is just it's not okay. I just want to clarify that. It's not okay, but this is just the reality of the industry at the moment, and the blame goes to nobody else but WWE.
But if you ask me, I say it is okay. It's all fair in war. But the problem is people don't believe WWE see AEW as a competitor. We look at what The Undertaker just said, which we'll definitely talk about, but he's like, AEW is not competition. Tony Khan needs to get it together so we can actually have some competition. But this here shows WWE sees AEW as not only competition, but as a threat because they're behind the scenes doing everything they can to try to sabotage AEW.
Yeah,
And if you
while
don't see
in
them as
front
a
of the
threat, you wouldn't do
scenes,
that.
Yeah,
in front of the scenes, they're like, yeah, they're good. We don't care about it, but they're like, kill him right now.
Yeah,
you know,
they're playing it cool, but I think it's also kicking somebody while they down. We all know their ratings have not been the best, so they kind of just trying to do that. Because if we're being honest, yes, I don't want to go out there and say AEW is currently a threat right now, but they are also the second biggest company behind WWE. There is not a bigger company than AEW aside from WWE right at this moment. So I can see why WWE is also having that mentality of, I think we should get rid of these guys if possible. You know what I'm saying? Because
better safe than sorry,
right? Type thing. You know what I'm saying?
A question though, why do you say AEW is not a threat?
It is definitely a threat. I think we can agree on that. It is a threat. If we say it's not a big threat, maybe I can agree with that too. But it's definitely
a big threat.
I think
it's a big threat.
I don't think they're a threat right now.
I'll tell you why they're a threat. I'll tell you why they're a big threat.
Okay.
Did WWE want to keep Ricochet?
That's the only reason why they're a threat, though.
Because they're taking their big stars.
And I wouldn't say that. They
That's
kept their big stars,
WWE
bro.
wanted to keep Ricochet.
Ricochet's not a big star, bro. When we talk about big stars, Kenny, we're talking about Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins. Like, we're talking about those guys, and WWE kept those guys.
McIntyre's contract came close.
But
Rollins' contract came close.
Chad Gable is another guy who I would consider.
Up, and she had to promise WWE she wasn't making a jump.
And Chad Gable.
Why are they having that contract? Why are they having that conversation with Becky Lynch about AEW if they're not scared she's going to go over there?
Because, bro, it's a possibility. The money.
It's a possibility.
It's
and they fear that possibility. That's why they want to get
out of
the paint.
In terms of product. It is not a threat in terms of product. When it comes to the money that they have to offer these wrestlers, 100% a threat. I'm not disagreeing with that. But when it comes to what they're putting on TV right at this moment, because of how low the numbers have been, they're currently not a threat. Like, they're not in any position to take over. But when it comes to, all right, this wrestler's contract expired, yeah, they are a threat, and it doesn't benefit WWE whatsoever for another company to offer that much money because they're overpaying for. I don't want to say overpaying, but they're paying more than they would have. I mean,
we got to think about it like this: what's the biggest thing? Is WWE's product their most important thing, or is their profits their most important thing? What do you think? To WWE.
Yeah, I mean, profits. I don't know how it would be to you.
What's hurting their profit? If we just heard Roman Reigns' contract is coming up.
No, that's cap, by the way, so let's not talk about it.
Well, if Roman Reigns is cap,
2025.
Chad Gable's contract came up, right?
Yes.
So do you think they had to pay Chad Gable more to stay with WWE 100%. Since AEW wanted him?
They had to beat that offer.
AEW is a threat to WWE's profit because the more you have to pay Ricochet, the less profit you have because you're paying this wrestler more. So WWE is like, listen, I don't care about the TV product and all of that stuff. We have to pay these wrestlers more because AEW is out there and they're trying to destroy them because of it.
And I think that's a fair take when it comes down to the money and everything that they've been offering. So I 100% agree with you on that end.
So that's the biggest thing. That's why AEW, it's a first right?
on the channel.
I think that's what's going on, and that's why WWE is trying to get AEW up out of here, and it's dirty work because everybody's like, oh, Kenny, you're an AEW mark. You just say this and that about AEW. No, I am a wrestling fan. When I grew up, I was just like y'all watching in the comment section who calling me a mark because y'all only want to watch WWE. Growing up, I did not watch TNA. I did not watch WCW. I was like, WWE it is, and that's it. But today, we see what happens when WWE is it. They don't have to put on entertaining shows. They don't have to put out good games. We just get what it is, and they're like, you're going to be happy with it because if you want to watch wrestling, this is really all you got. With AEW out there, the wrestlers are making more. We have a different alternative to watch. I was pissed when WWE stopped using blood because I grew up in the Attitude Era. Now I can get that from AEW. I can still enjoy WWE shows, but I get the wrestling I want to see out of AEW. Like when I started watching Indies, I was like, why is this not in WWE? WWE, but they had it in NXT. So whatever we used to get in NXT, I feel like we get that in AEW now. And if AEW goes away, we just got WWE. So y'all call me AEW Mark all you want, but I'm going to fight as long as I can to do my part in keeping AEW in existence.